Now the federal, they say they could have had him any day. They only let him hang around out of kindness, I suppose. But Lefty, he can't sing the blues all night long like he used to. The dust of Pancho bit down south ended up in Lefty's mouth. Pancho and Lefty by the wonderful Townes Van Zandt. So we've got a fairly straightforward country song in the key of C. And the strumming pattern for this campfire version of the song is going to go like this. So it's down, down, up, down, up, down. So if you want to count it, it is 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And the chords we need for the song are C, G, F, and A minor. And the chord sequence in the verse is C, G, F, C, G. That's the first 4 lines. And so we've got 2 bars on those first 2 chords. So it goes C, 1, 2, 2, 2, and 3, and 4, G, 2, 2, F, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 2, 2, 3, and 4, and then 1 bar each of the next 2 chords, which is C, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, G, 2, 3, and 4. And then the next 4 lines we have 2 bars of F, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, 2, and 3, and then 1 bar of C, 1 bar of F, 1 bar of A minor. 1 and a half a bar of F and a half a bar of G, and then another bar of G, and then F, and 3 and 4, and A minor, 2 and 3 and 4. So I put those bars up on the screen. And this is how the verse goes with the singing. Living on the road, my friend, it's gonna keep you free and clean. Now you wear your skin like iron, your breath's as hard as kerosene. You weren't your mama's only boy, but a favorite one it seems. She began to cry when you said goodbye. Sank into her dreams. And then we go to verse 2, which is musically the same, and then we go to a chorus. But the chorus is just basically the second 4 lines of the verse over again. So from the second verse, Pancho was a bandit boy, horses fast as solid steel, wore his gun outside his pants for all the honest world to feel. Pancho met his match, you know, on the deserts down in Mexico. Nobody heard his dying words, but that's the way it goes. And on the federal they say they could have had him any day. They only let him hang around out of kindness, I suppose. And then there's a verse and a chorus, a short instrumental piece, another verse, and then it finishes with 2 choruses. Now, if you want to make it a little bit more interesting, there's a few embellishments we can make to the chords. Firstly, on the C, we can do these hammer-ons with this 2nd finger. On the G, we can do the same thing. And again, on the F, we can do the same thing. We can also drop our finger to the string below, like in the case of C, it would be from the 4th string to the 3rd string. And the same with the G, from the 5th string to the 4th string. And with the F, we can't do that. On the A minor, we can just sort of lift these fingers and hammer them back down. And then there's also a little run when we go from our A minor back to the C. We can do our little run. So if we just try and practice a few of those little moves. And another little embellishment is on these higher strings, you can play this little run here. So it's basically there, the 3rd fret of the 2nd string to the 1st fret of the 2nd string and open. So that little run plays the same over all the chords. So let's see how that works. So we're not playing these bits all the time, and when we're singing often we're just keeping it simple. And maybe just between verses, if you're going to go around once maybe with the chords, then add your little frilly bits in. Pancho was a bandit boy, horse as fast as solid steel. Wore his gun outside his pants for all the honest world to feel. Pancho met his match, you know, in the deserts down in Mexico. Nobody heard his dying